For several weeks now, I've been working through a collection I picked up on Marketplace. Here's the conclusion and the ending financials. To get you caught up, go back and watch episodes 101, 102, and 103. In short, I bought a collection of random sets on Marketplace for $85. It included an incomplete 1980 top set, an incomplete 1983 top set, an incomplete 1985 Donruss set, an incomplete 1989 Bowman set, an incomplete 2016 top set, a complete 1989 top set, a complete 1991 Donruss set, a damaged 1997 top set, an 87 vending box, and some sealed wax too. Starting off, $85 in the hole. I sold off the sealed wax, the 89 set, and the 87 vending box for a combined $60, bringing the total spend down to $25, but I had many cards to buy to bring these sets back to mint, including a Rickey Henderson rookie. A visit to an LCS in Springfield, Missouri, outlined in episode 102, helped to cross some of the items off my shopping list. There I picked up an 83 Boggs rookie for $5, and an 89 Bowman Griffey rookie also for $5, and a 1980 Topps Dave Winfield for an additional $1. With the Griffey, the 1989 Bowman set was now complete, and my total spend rose to $36 for the collection. Not too long after that, I was able to get to a card show as described last week in Highs and Lows 13. There, I was able to snag the Puckett rookie and the Clemens rookie from 85 Donruss for $7.50 each, leaving only 2 cards needed to complete that set. I found 3 of the 1980 Topps cards I needed for $1 apiece, and ended that show by picking up a Rickey Henderson rookie for $35. After a few weeks of shopping, I was $89 in the hole, and still needed 8 cards from 2016, 1 card from 1991 to replace a damaged card, 2 cards from 1985, 2 cards from 1980, an 83 Topps Tony Gwynn rookie, and about 100 cards from 1997 Topps to replace damaged cards from bricking. I checked around online, but I knew I could probably get most of the remaining cards at my LCS. I live close to 3 great card stores, but one of them specializes in having singles from practically every post-war set. So on a random Friday afternoon, I ducked out of work a bit early and off I went to Cleve's to see if I could knock out this punch list. Big cards first, I asked about the Gwynn rookie, and they had no less than 13 copies from which I could choose, and I chose this one. Nice all the way around, but not flawless. This card is going into a set after all. $20 for the Gwynn rookie. Next up was 1980 Topps, and I needed 1 common, card 629, Jim Todd, and 1 Hall of Famer in Jim Palmer. The Jim Palmer was just to replace the card I already had, but that was severely miscut. $1 for the pair. Next was the 85 Donruss Don Mattingly and Brett Saberhagen rookie. Of course, they had both, and I had my choice of multiple copies. I chose these, $1 each. The 2016 Topps box came out next, and I was cruising. Card 43, check. Card 85, check. Card 113, check. Card 350? This was a first for me. This shop didn't have the 2016 Topps card number 350. That's Chris Bryant for the kids playing at home. I joked with the owner about it, and he was just as surprised as I was that there was a missing card. It turns out they were missing 2 cards, as they also didn't have card 675 either. 6 cards of 8 needed, 3 for $1, so $2 more into the budget. But still, 2 cards short. They had the 1991 Donruss card I needed, card 535, and threw it in for free. That left just 1997 Topps. We pre-negotiated a rate for the 1997 commons at 5 cents each and 50 cents for any stars. I ended up with a large stack of 1997 Topps cards for another $6. I was just a few cards short of a complete set here, too. But I was close. I relaxingly organized the cards into their respective sets, pondering the $120 now spent on this collection and the few cards still needed. The 1980 Topps set was the most satisfying to complete. Taking the Ricky out of the packaging from the show revealed a little forensic hilarity in that it had been priced a number of different times. It began life priced at $100, came down to $40, went back up to $60, came back down to $40 again, and finally sold to me for $35. With the Ricky Henderson properly sleeved and on top, this set is complete. 1983 Topps was next, and I just needed to add the Gwynn rookie alongside the Boggs and the Rhino. Set complete. Just 2 cards to slip into the 1985 Donruss box. No need to sleeve either of those. With the Mattingly and Saberhagen safely entombed, this set is complete. For the 2016 set, I added the cards that I had acquired, but it was still not complete. For the 2 remaining cards I needed, eBay was my only option. I had been to a show, 2 card shops, and I put out an APB in the local card group to no avail. So to eBay I went, and all in, I had to spend $3.16 to get the Bryant and Sanchez cards. That's a lot for commons, but this is where those eBay sellers can do well if they're willing to list all these commons and just let them sit there until a schmuck like me needs a random common to complete a set and has no other option than to pay $1.50 for a card worth a nickel. I had no other option though, so, When they arrived, it was quite satisfying to slide each card into place. Another set, complete. While figuring out what to do for the remaining 20 or so 1997 Topps cards I needed, I replaced the 1991 Donruss card to bring that set back to fully mint. In doing so, I realized I was not excited to add this one to the collection. It brought me no Marie Kondo joy, so I decided to sell it. But that got me thinking. I've got some other sets that weren't bringing me joy either. There were some other junk sets I picked up way back in episode 37. As part of that flip, I acquired, among other sets, a sealed 1988 Topps set, a sealed 1989 Topps set, an 88 Donruss set, and an 88 Fleer set. I have my hand-collated sets from those years that I collected when I was a kid, plus multiple copies of the Hall of Famers and rookies from those sets. They mean something to me, and I'll keep them forever. But I don't need duplicates. And because of the finances of that deal, I owned all of those sets for $0. It was time to cash in that equity. So I threw all 5 of the sets up on Marketplace for $100, knowing someone would probably offer me $80, and then someone offered me $80, and those 5 sets were gone. And my total collection flip budget came down to $43.16. While I was dealing with all of that, a fan of the channel reached out via email to let me know he had a bunch of 1997 Topps cards laying around, and maybe we could arrange a trade. Heck yeah, we can. So I sent him the numbers that I needed, and he had all of them. So he mailed me the 1997 Topps Commons, and I made some custom binder spine inserts for his collection. A fun trade that I won't count against my budget. Trades like this are ultra low buck, high enjoyment fun, and I wish we could find ways to do more of it as a collective hobby. When the cards arrived, I dutifully swapped out the damaged cards from the bricking for the mint cards, and just like that, I had a complete 1997 Topps set, a set that I rescued from the threat of a dumpster. With that, all my remaining sets from this collection flip are complete. 1980 Topps, 1983 Topps, 1985 Donruss, 1989 Bowman, 1997 Topps, and 2016 Topps, for a total spend of $43.16. An average price of $7.19 per set, and it took about a month. $7.19 for a complete 1980 Topps set. Not bad, right? Averaging the last few completed sales on eBay, a 1980 Topps set goes for a few bucks north of $200 these days. A 1983 Topps set is about $100. An 85 Donruss set is about 60. An 89 Bowman set is about 30. A 1997 Topps set is about 40. And a 2016 set is about 60. But since my box is all FUBAR'd, this is more like a $50 set. Rough and easy math puts the value here at about $450 for all of these now complete and restored sets. That's a 10x multiplier over my final cash output of $43 and change. I could have stopped there, but the frugal fusspot in me wanted to see if I could get this one to net $0. So after some thick, thoughtful thinking, I decided that the 2016 set was most out of line with the rest of my collection, and the box wasn't a hold forever keepsake in any case. With 2016 sets selling in the $60 range, I was fairly confident that I could squeeze $40 or maybe even $45 out of this set, even with the crappy box. So I took a risk and threw my now complete set up on Marketplace for $50, highlighting the condition of the cards and explaining the lower than comp price came from the condition of the box and the box alone. And I had a spare box I could throw in for free. To my great surprise, in less than an hour, I had an offer for $40. I countered at $45, the guy accepted, and he picked it up that night. And boom. I ended this flip on the plus side by $1 and change. It took a month. It took some wheeling and dealing. It took multiple card stores, a card show, a trade, some eBay, and some Marketplace. But now I have a complete X-Mint 1980 Topps set, a complete X-Mint 1983 Topps set, an 85 Donruss complete set, an 89 Bowman complete set, and a 1997 Topps complete set, all acquired for net $0. For free. And it was so much fun. These sets will now enter my permanent collection, and the 1980 set for certain, and the other sets most likely, will continue to slowly creep up in value over the years. And I can always open them up to thumb through and reminisce. Reminisce about the cards and the players, sure, but also about the art of collecting. Thanks for watching. Help support the channel with the purchase of some custom card box dividers. Email me at philliesbaseballcards@gmail.com to talk about